Hey everyone, what's going on? It's the Gaines fam again. I got all my entire family here. Harrison, for the first time, appearing on video, and my lovely wife Linda. We're talking about, should kids get an allowance? You know, Harrison's getting to that age where we're letting him do a lot of chores around the house, including mowing the lawn, and that sparked a debate because we posted that video earlier, and he was about 7, and we asked the question, was he too young to start mowing the lawn? And it sparked a huge debate about, is he too young or not. But I want to talk about, should kids get an allowance, because Harrison seems to think that he should, and I don't think he should, because I come from a family that didn't give us an allowance. Allowance to us was they're allowing you to stay in the house. That's an allowance. Allowing you to eat the food in our refrigerator. That's an allowance. Allowing you to sleep in the bed every night is an allowance. That's what our parents were telling us as kids. So I don't think they should get an allowance because they're living in the house. Just let them know how to be responsible, and that's that. So Harrison brought up the topic and said, hey, Dad, I need to start getting an allowance.
And so then he comes to Mom, right? So Mom has a slightly different opinion. While I agree that kids are allowed to live in the house and that you don't really owe them anything for the food and the lodging and the everything, I do feel, though, that when you pay kids an allowance, it kind of helps them to learn a little bit of responsibility and how to manage money. Because when I was a kid, my brother and I grew up with an allowance. And whatever. We did. We grew up with an allowance. I'm just telling what it was. And it wasn't a whole lot of money. And I think that was by design, because when my brother and I had a set of responsibilities, we were expected to do those things around the house, and we were expected to do them without question, without being reminded. And at the end of the month, we would get our allowance. And then my mom expected us to take that allowance and then divide a portion of it to put into savings. And then a portion of it went to, whatever we wanted to do with it. And so I think in the process, it made us more responsible with money. It taught us at a young age how to earn money and then how to be responsible with the money once we earned it.
Did it work?
Well, who does the money around?
Maybe so, but look, if kids are staying in the house, they're going to want to do the chore by being bribed to make some money,
It's not a bribery. It's just teaching.
You tell them to go clean their bathroom. How much am I going to get paid? How much money am I going to get to clean this bathroom? If we say clean the kitchen, oh, I'm going to make me some money. How much money?
So when you cleaned your bathroom when you were coming up as a kid, did your mom or dad have to say, Eddie, clean the bathroom?
Yeah, they had to tell us to clean the bathroom, or you get a whooping. If you didn't clean
But they had to
if you didn't clean it, or if you didn't wash the dishes when we tell you to wash the dishes, you got a whooping.
But you had to be told to clean the bathroom.
That was the allowance.
No, but you had to be told.
No, not necessarily. If we didn't do it, then we got the consequences, which is a whooping.
So that's how your dad handled it.
That was our allowance. If we didn't do it, that's what we got. That's what we got. So I don't think it's fair to pay kids.
No, but I'm saying we didn't have to be told. If we had to be told, then we would get a deduction for not doing it. And that was a consequence.
A deduction?
Yes, because it's almost like a job. If you didn't show up for work, you didn't get paid. So if we didn't show up to do the task, we did get paid. And so it just taught us a level of responsibility. Whereas you and your dad had to come with the belt. I mean, I think I remember a story you told about something like
That's
that.
right. I mean, every time we had to clean the house, he would come back behind us because my dad was in the Army at the time. He was a drill sergeant. So if we didn't have anything done to his liking, he would point it out to us by grabbing us behind the neck, taking us wherever he wanted. You see that over there? Yes, Dad. You see that? I need that swept up right there. And I need to get over in the toilet and get off. That's what we had to deal with. So, hey, look, Kids can be responsible without getting an allowance. That's what I say.
But this is my point, okay? Now, if he had to do all of that, just think if you didn't have to say anything. That they just got the hardest consequence of all by just not getting it.
That's what I'm saying. What if they don't get it at all? They just need to be responsible.
If they want the money, though.
But see, that's like a bribe to me, you know? If you want this money, make sure you clean that toilet.
Well, they
if
don't
you want
that
this.
$3. I mean, okay, for example, Harrison, you know, right now, I think he's too young for an allowance. He says that he should get an allowance. And I think
You think so, Harrison?
Yes, sir.
How much you think you should get?
$10 a week.
$10 a week. Doing what?
Cleaning my room and bathroom, cleaning the kitchen, and doing yard work.
Okay. What would you do if I said, no, you're not getting an allowance, but you need to do those things anyway?
I would just beg.
You would beg? Oh, bless your heart.
Bless your heart. But I mean, you know, and yeah, I don't think that, I mean, he named a lot of things that he would do.
For $10.
But, you know, well, how much is that a month?
$40.
40. Woo.
So then, okay, so then if he got the $40 a month, right, for doing all of that stuff, then I would go behind him and teach the lesson. Okay, so you have to take 10% of that, which is a what?
$4.
Good. And then put how much of that, for that 10% where? Because I think we've talked about this before. If you're
Into
going to be
savings.
there you go. And so then the rest of the money will go to what? Like rainy day stuff, right? Okay. And then he pay for it himself. And you don't, he doesn't have to come to you and ask you for money. He has to use that money and save it for whenever he wants, whatever he wants.
So
And if
you're
he can't
saying-
afford it, he just has to keep saving until he gets it.
So he needs to learn how to deal with money, and that's a way of doing that by giving an allowance.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, you feel like he's supposed to mow the grass and you're trying to teach him how to be a man and everything. But I mean, if you do it this way, he could pay somebody to cut his
Well,
grass.
it turned out okay, and I didn't get an allowance. I mean, really.
I'm looking at the future. You know?
Well, speaking of which, I think he gets an allowance all the time when he has a birthday or
Well, I mean, he has birthday money.
Christmas
now,
money.
Yeah, that's fine for now.
How much money do you have now, Harrison? Oh, yeah. I need to take out a loan. That's a lot of money. See what I'm talking about?
Son, I didn't know you had that much money.
Jeez, man.
Dang.
What is that, a 20?
Well, then, I mean, that goes to show you he doesn't need it right now.
What do
See,
you-
I'm kind of split in
What
my
you doing with
opinion.
that
And
kind
now
of
this kind of makes me even more so.
Wow.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, until, you know, he's got grandmas and, you know, benevolent relatives and stuff who are giving him nice little birthday collections here.
He's going to be all right.
He'll be all right for now, at least.
This is too
You know,
young to get an allowance
But I
anyway.
think that when he gets a certain age, like when he gets maybe what? Instead of 10, you're 9 now? I think when he gets maybe 12.
12?
Yeah. And then teach him how to manage the money. And then when he starts making money moves, you know, he'll have like good managerial skills with his money.
So that's the question. I mean, leave a comment. Let us know what you think. Should kids at this age, he is 8, should kids get an allowance at this age, teaching them responsibility? I disagree. I think at this age, they need to know responsibility by doing the job that we give them to do. You know, that's how I was raised. Turned out to be a fine gentleman. What are you guys talking about?
Well, nothing. I was just marveling about the money and everything. Yes, you're a fine gentleman, but you just don't handle the money.
Hey, let me borrow 20, Harrison. Let me borrow 20.
No, thank you.
Oh, well. Anyway, leave us a comment. We'll chat again next week, same time on Friday. Hey, Harrison, my lovely wife, Linda, we'll see you. Have a good day. All right, peace.